Hello everyone, welcome to another lesson. Actually, this is the lesson number 6. We have been learning a lot about movements, rotation, scale, but we can't do anything using only these three options, right? So we can't, for example, create a house based on these three options. We can't create anything. We just can move things. We can, of course, we can create primitives, right? So pressing Shift A, going in Mesh, and add some primitives like these ones. So actually, I will do it right now. I will add like some primitives because I want to explain one thing. Okay, so let me add the cylinder. Let me add the cone. Let me add the torus. Okay. We can create anything based on these primitives right here. So for example, we can create a house based on this cube over here. We can create maybe, I don't know, an ice cream using this sphere and this cone, for example. If you rotate it in the y direction, 90 degrees, no, 180 degrees, and here we have an ice cream. We can create maybe, I don't know, a light fixture based on the cylinder, or I don't know, maybe a cup, a glass of water based on this cylinder. We can create a donut using the torus. We can create a ground using the plane. But to do that, we have to have more tools. We have to have more things that can help us to create these ideas, because we can create anything. So how we can use more tools to create anything. Now we are in the object mode, but we change it to edit mode. Now you're gonna see that we have a lot of different tools on the left menu. So these tools, they are the main ones to create anything. Of course, we can have more tools. I'm gonna show you more tools on our modeling lesson, okay? But these ones, I really encourage you guys to try it out because it's really important. I'm gonna show you briefly how these tools work, but we are not going deeply in it, okay? Because we have our modeling lesson in the end of this course. So for now, I'll just explain a little bit these main ones: the extrude region, the inset, bevel, loop cut, and the knife. Okay, the other ones we are going to discuss later on. Okay, so one thing that's important to know before we move forward. I don't know if you noticed, but right now I can't select everything. I'm just selecting this guy over here, the plane. Why? Why it's happening? Because when I was in the object mode, I select only this plane object. So when you select only one object, you are going to making adjustments, making transforms only on that object. If you want to making adjustments or create things on all of these objects, you have to select everything. So I will select everything right now, and then I go to the edit mode. And now you can see that all these objects is highlighted, and it means that I can select all of them. Another important thing about this edit mode In the edit mode, we have three kinds of selections. We have vertex select, we have the edge select, and we have the face select. So the vertex select means that we can only select vertex. So for example, this point over here is a vertex, okay? So this one over here is a vertex. We can only select here vertex, okay? So I'm selecting vertex. But if I want to select edges, I have to change it. So I change to the edge mode, and now we can see that those vertices disappeared, and now I can only select edges. Okay. Same for the face mode. If I change the face mode, now I can select only faces. Okay. Okay, so let's move forward. I will leave the face mode selected, and let's say that you want to extrude maybe, I don't know, this part over here. Okay, if you go here and click on this extrude button, you're gonna see that a yellow button appears on the selection you have just made. Okay, so if you click on this button and drag it, you can extrude part of this object. So for example, let's say that I want to extrude this part as well, and maybe this one, and wherever you select, you can extrude it. Okay, so let's say that maybe, okay, I extruded this part and I want to scale it. If you press S, you can scale, and then if you press the button, you can extrude. Then if you press S, you can scale and extrude. Okay. So let's say that maybe I want to add an inset face on this part that is already selected. So if I change to the inset face, now another button appears, and if you click on it and drag it, you're gonna see that you can inset this face inwards or outwards. Okay. Same here, if you change to extrude region and extrude this part, you can do it as well. So let's inset it again and extrude it again. So let's say that we need to add some bevels around these edges over here. So if you change to the bevel mode, now another button appears, and if you just click and drag it, you can add a bevel. Okay. So you also can create cuts. So let's say that, I don't know, maybe I want to add a cut in the middle of this box. So if you go to the loop cut and just put your mouse over the box, you're gonna see that this yellow line appears. So it means that this is the area where you are gonna cut the cube. And if you click and release it, that's enough to make the cut. Okay, so you add an extra edge to this object. So let's say that, okay, let's add another extra edge in this part. Just click on it and that's it. So let's say that, okay, I don't want to make this cut in the middle. I want to make this cut, I don't know, more like here. So if you click and hold your click and drag your mouse, you can drag the cut wherever you want. Okay, so let's say here. Okay, so let's say that you want to make something more precise. You want to use the knife. You want to, I don't know, make a cut, something like this, like a drawing. You can cut your object drawing it, making a lot of different vertices. You have just to click and hold your click and draw with your mouse. Okay. Then press enter on your keyboard, and now we have the cut. Okay guys, so for today that's it. I really encourage you guys to go over these tools, try it out, try to do something amazing, to do something different, bring some ideas from your mind and put it in the 3D viewport, okay? For the next lesson, we are going to work with lights, the camera, text, and the pencil tool, okay? So see you in the next lesson.